Hey guys, welcome back. A good topic to talk about. That's something that I've kind of been learning about a lot lately in school and in my personal life, I guess, in art, is a lot about criticism. Criticism, usually we hear that and it's very negative. It's like saying something really mean to somebody. Hey, yeah, Karen, I hate your hair. Yeah, that's not the kind of criticism that I mean. The type of criticism I'm talking about is with art. With art, you need to be open to criticism. But the whole purpose of criticism is to be able to help you progress. You're never going to improve in any way unless you're going to be receiving criticism. There's a good example that I like with sculpture. With sculpture, say you're going to be creating a head or somebody, and you're sculpting it little by little, piece by piece. So you can subtract by cutting away from the sculpture, and you can add to it by adding more clay. So those shapes of the final project of a sculpture are determined by those either the scrapes or the adding on of clay. Criticism is really necessary. By these small cutaways or adding on of clay, so to speak, in this metaphor, we can receive a lot of criticism from professors, from mentors that we might have that are in the art industry or that are just really good at what they do, or from our friends, which a lot of criticism comes from our friends. So these criticisms that you learn can help you to improve your art, to take out things that maybe don't make much sense, or to add something that we'd never previously thought about. Now, I've seen in my own life, and with myself, because I'm very guilty of it, I've seen criticism be taken in two ways, and I will now demonstrate those two ways. One, it's done. Look what I made. It looks okay, but I think it could use a lot of shading and a lot more structure. This is the best thing I've ever made, and you don't even understand. Number two. Whew, finally finished it. Alright, what do you think? It's pretty good, but I think you can use a little improvements on the shading. You know, I think you're right, actually. Okay, so obviously the better of the two is the second one. There's a lot of ways that you can respond to criticism, but the humble reaction really is the better one. It's hard for us as artists to be humble about criticism because we work so hard at what we do. We work so hard on an image or a project, and we just show it to other people, and we expect them to be as excited as we are about it. Like, I am over the rooftop excited when I make something amazing that I just think is the most amazing thing anyone's ever done. But then I show it to somebody else, and I think one of the worst reactions I get, and a lot of times this comes from family members, they're like, "Oh, that's so nice." Well, I just spent about 3 or 4 hours doing this, or days, on this project. I don't want it to be just nice. I want it to be really, really nice. And sometimes we can run into the phrase, "Hey, what's that supposed to be?" Which is probably one of the worst things an artist can hear, because that means you didn't draw it right. You didn't make it convincing enough to be what you intended it to be. It can be hard for us to open up to admitting that we were actually wrong. If we feel good about a project, then that seems like that's the end goal. I'm happy, so case closed. We're done. See ya. But that's not the case. I would say that our review of our work is about 1%. That's important to be satisfied with your own work. But about 99% of everything is in the eyes of the beholders, our audience. So we really need to keep our audience in mind, because if they're not going to understand it, then what was the point of what we did? So the humble reaction is going to keep those creative juices flowing. That's going to help us to add or subtract from our work in order to make it better. So the more input or criticism that we're receiving from others, the better. But with criticism, it's really the opposition. It seems like it's the worst thing to receive, for someone to say something negative about your work. And that really was the whole point of this video, was to share some insights that I've been able to learn from criticism. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Anything worth doing is not going to be easy. Thanks for watching this video. See you guys next time.